Did Disney just tease a Spider-Man No Way Home ride for the Disney parks? Welcome back, everybody, to my D23 concept art series, where, thanks to your votes, I'm tackling what I think is one of the most exciting international Disney park announcements from this year's D23 fan event. So during the Disney Parks panel, Imagineer Scott Trowbridge revealed 2 Spider-Man rides are coming to the overseas parks, specifically a Spider-Man roller coaster for Shanghai and a Spider-Man drop ride for Hong Kong Disneyland. Now, a roller coaster for Shanghai has been rumored for a while, and while I love the concept and Spidey's presence within it, the Hong Kong drop ride is what I'm focused on because of its possibilities and what it could mean for the stateside parks and their MCU experiences. More on that in a second, but let's start with what we know, which is that this Hong Kong attraction will be Disney's 5th accelerated drop tower dark ride, aka a Tower of Terror, and the second built without a Twilight Zone theme, as the first was Tokyo Disneyland's. It's also the second to receive a Marvel theme, as Disney California Adventure's Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout was the first, and definitely one of the best. But this new drop ride is going to be part of Hong Kong Disneyland's multi-year expansion, and it will be the 3rd attraction in that park's Marvel-themed Stark Expo, which is already home to its Ant-Man and the Wasp Nano Battle, which is a reskin of Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, and its Iron Man experience, which is a reskin of Star Tours. By the way, in case you didn't know, Hong Kong Disneyland Stark Expo is pretty much a mini Avengers Campus, but located in Tomorrowland, which shares space with Star Wars attractions. Now, according to Disney's synopsis for this ride, Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, is the newest Stark Industries intern, and he's hosting a demonstration of the latest breakthrough. But the presence of Spider-Man has attracted one of the most formidable Spidey villains, who is going to wreak havoc at the scene, and Peter needs help to protect his brand new technology while also trying to save guests. And from this concept art, clearly that formidable villain is the iconic Spider-Man baddie, Doc Ock. And the ride itself appears to involve a battle between Ock and the web slinger, and with us, the guest, in the crossfire. I have to say, I think this is a brilliant use of this ride system, and from a story perspective, maybe the best and most logical use of it, because as we've seen in prior Spider-Man movies, he's done things like this. He has saved vehicles filled with people with his webs. And having an elevator car going up and down because of Spidey's web, and in this case, Doc Ock's mechanical arm, it practically writes itself. But here's what's really fascinating and what I was referring to in my opening. Doc Ock does not exist in the MCU's Earth 616. That's the universe in which all of the Disney Marvel stories and Disney Plus shows take place. The only reason why Tobey Maguire's Doc Ock and Tobey Maguire himself made it into Tom Holland's Spider-Man No Way Home was because of the multiverse. Now, Disney California Adventure's King Thanos ride, which is now officially known as Infinity Defense, is also going to involve the multiverse. And Disney Park Marvel attractions are all connected, and in some ways, better than the MCU connects to some of their films and movies. So here's my question. Is this Spider-Man Tower of Terror ride a precursor, the lead up, if you will, to Infinity Defense? I think it's possible, especially if the tech that Spider-Man is displaying is somehow connected to the tech that's going to power the multiverse ride vehicles that Imagineering has shown us in artwork and at D23. Needless to say, I can't wait to hear more about this attraction, but here are a few other things to point out from the concept art that we have been shown. If this elevator ride vehicle is actually what it's going to look like in real life, which I think is possible because of a lot of the details that I'm seeing, we may be able to expect screens on the ceiling, offering views not only out but also up, so guests can see Spidey in action playing out overhead. And having things happening forward and also now above, I think will really add to the ride experience and the thrill level, because the threats are now 360 degrees, and that ups the vulnerability factor. There's also something happening on either side of the interior of the elevator ride vehicle, and there's a lot of purple energy or magic going on, perhaps further proof of this ride's multiverse connections, since Doctor Strange was pivotal in Spider-Man No Way Home, and the color purple tends to represent the tearing of the multiverse. There's also a huge Avengers A logo on the side of the ride building, and it's worth noting that inside the queue of Hong Kong Disneyland's Iron Man Experience attraction, there is a Hong Kong Stark Tower on display. It's also where guests and Iron Man go to on that ride while it's being attacked by Hydra. So is Hong Kong Disneyland building a Stark Tower that will house this attraction? It makes sense to me, since they have to build a tower anyway to accommodate this type of ride system. So my last question, and it's a big one, is Tom Holland filming a cameo for this ride like he did for Web Slingers? And does the same go for Alfred Molina, who plays Doc Ock in maybe, just maybe, Maguire and Andrew Garfield? The last two are a long shot, I know, but here's the thing. Disney typically films actor cameos for park attractions while their actual movies are filming. This is what happened with Guardians of the Galaxy, Mission Breakout, also Cosmic Rewind, and Avengers Quantum Encounter for the Disney Wish. Plus, within this past week, rumors that are flying that Tom Holland is filming something for Spider-Man. And just today, which is September 9th, there were reports that Shang-Chi director Destin Daniel Cretton is connected to direct Spider-Man 4. So there is some Spidey news on the internet. Also, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield both have been fielding questions about their roles in Avengers Secret Wars. So I think their appearances, and especially Tom Holland's, are definite possibilities for this ride. Anyway, that, my friends, is all that I unpacked from Hong Kong Disneyland's concept art. And if you're a fan of the MCU and Disney parks, you're gonna want to keep an eye on this attraction, and also stay tuned to this channel. And if you learned anything new, and if you love Disney news, I would so appreciate if you would consider liking and subscribing. And as I've been teasing, I have a few surprises in store that involves a lot of travel in the coming weeks. But regardless, thank you so much for listening and watching today, and I hope you have a magical day.